Hey guys, welcome back to some more RLCraft, and on today's special edition video, we actually are going to be doing more tutorial based stuff now. So this one's going to be all about dragon taming, breeding, and just the whole concept of just getting a dragon pretty much once everything started right off the bat. And the reason we're starting in the desert is actually because the first thing that you need to find if you're going to be breeding the fire dragons is these lilies right here. So they're going to be, once I get rid of that, they're fire lilies, so you need 2 per if you want 1 egg, so it's going to be 1 per dragon. So we'll get one of these, and then we'll get a couple more if I can find them really quickly. I didn't come prepared with this actually. So the next thing you probably want to worry about is if it does get too hot in the desert, you can always have cooling, and then the coils are a little bit hard to get, but that'll be trickier later on, and I can go over that in another video. But with the cooling coils, you need the ice cubes, which drop from a certain mob. And in the desert, I mean, you're only in here for a brief second to get the lilies, so let's grab a couple more. And then as soon as I have 4, there we go. I'll be right back, and I'll show you the next process. Alright, so next step in your dragon taming process is you're going to actually have to find a dragon's nest. Now, telling signs, this is actually really lucky because I think the spawn rates on the actual wiki are incorrect, because we have had a very hard time finding these things. But this was actually a ice dragon spawn, so it's pretty submerged in the ground, but you'll be able to find it by the stones and pretty much noises of the dragon, because it does get pretty loud. But you'll see like the burnt stone and all this other stuff that goes around it, and the ice for this area is pretty special too, because it creates like a sphere around the actual dragon. So what we'll do is we can actually begin digging into it now, if they'll get down to it. It should be somewhere around here. And actually you'll just have to kind of dig through to get down to it, without hopefully falling straight through. So once you get down, you're actually going to have to kill the dragon, and the only goal here is to collect the eggs of the dragon itself. So killing it's completely fine. Once you get the eggs, and there it is there, that's when you can actually get the dragon process. So I'm going to go through this whole fight with you guys. I guess the easiest way to really do it is with a bow, because you can just shoot it down, but it's going to be a bit of a process. And you'll see what I mean once it gets going. But I'll let you guys just enjoy this epic fight scene. I'll be right back. Okay, so once you actually have the dragon defeated, and that was a short little clip of it and us looting the chests, you're going to have to come back and right click on the dragons to actually get the loot. So we killed the dragon, they collected the egg, and you actually saw it in the chest there. We got a sapphire one, so we can't breed together 2 different kinds of dragons. These are ice dragons here, which for some reason we've had a really hard time finding, so this one's pretty rare. We don't have another one. We'll have to go and breed 2 fire dragons, which you already collected. So once you have that egg, it's just rinse and repeat. Just same process of getting different kinds of eggs and then using them to actually breed more dragons, and so on and so forth. And the only difference with the ice dragons is that you need different kinds of lilies. So you're actually going to need the ice lily, or frost lily, which will spawn in like these kind of biomes. But anyway, we'll cut back to the house, and then we'll get to the breeding process with 2 other dragons, and we'll be right back. Okay, so once you've slain your dragons, we actually got pretty lucky and we had 3 drops. So 1, 2, 3. What you'll have to do is, because we're going to do the frost ones instead of the fire ones, with the fire lilies, all you need is the 4 and then the blaze rods and the bowl. With this one, all you need is the 4 with the frost lilies. And I'm doing 4 just because we'll have enough for everything. 4 bowls and then 4 prismarine shards, and that gets you your mixture. So now that you have that, we're gonna go set up the actual dragon hatching area. And we do, actually the way to hatch these ones, all you do is take your dragon egg and put it into a pool, which I will show you guys later on once we actually get everything hatching. And I'll show you guys the breeding process, and then we'll have our dragons. So we'll be right back with all of that. Alright guys, so once you have your dragons and everything set up, we've built this really nice area for our dragons to actually live in, and we have a little nursery up here actually. And when I say me, I really mean it's just been Smolius. She's done pretty much everything. And Philip too. They've actually been really good at helping out build this place out. It's been pretty cool. But if you are interested in jumping on the server, a little self-plug here, you can come in here and do all the same stuff on the server. It's all in the Discord. You do have to check out the Discord first. It's in the description. And then you can get into it. But, oh, actually our first dragon hatched. So you'll place your egg inside these pools of water. The dragon's gonna hatch, and then all you have to do is just right click it with your dragon horn. And you can craft this pretty easy. It's just dragon horn. Dragon bones, you get that from right clicking on the dragon and a stick, and then you have it. So mine's actually this one here. They've all tamed theirs already, it seems like. So this whole process takes about 5 minutes. And then make sure you have the dragon meal, because that is what's going to level up your dragon. And the dragon meal is crafted with cooked meat and bone, or just regular raw meat, you know. So you'll get it pretty quickly. And then as soon as they're hatched, you're good to go. That'll be your dragon. Make sure you have a name tag on you just so you can name it and everything, and then that's your mount. Alright guys, so a couple more things I wanted to go over before I finish off this video. So with your dragons, when you have them in the dragon horn, all you have to do is just hold them down and they come out. This one's Tyrannum. He's going to be my small one for a little bit, so naturally the dragons are going to grow as they just age. So you can actually see on your dragon horn where they're at. This one's at stage 3, 55 days. He's bigger than this one because I've been using the dragon meal. The dragon meal, you're just going to right click your dragon and it ages them up a little bit so we can actually see what he's at now. He's at 10 days. If you want them to stay small, you'll just bring them out and you'll use the sickly dragon meal, and that shrinks them. So now he's going to be at 10 days, so it takes a couple of them. But to make both of those, all you need is, again, some meat around bone, and the sickly one is poisonous potatoes around the meal, around a spider eye. So that's how you can actually keep them small. And again, it stunts dragon growth. So the big one that I have here, I've had him going for a little bit with the dragon meal. And you can just do that right off the bat to make them big if you want to ride them. So all you have to do is right click to get on. And then if you shift right click, you can actually see armor that you can put onto them. So they can have diamond armor, iron armor, and I think they can have gold armor too. So that's a headpiece, the neck, the body, and then the tails. And then the other stuff that you can also do with these dragons, now that you have them, you'll need a dragon command staff, which if you right click, it'll have them wander. If you right click, it'll have them stay. It'll have them wander or stay. So stay means that they'll just sit in the same spot. Wander means they'll just travel around kind of following you. And then the dragon bone flute is supposed to call your dragon to where you are. However, it doesn't really work at the moment, and I'm not sure why, but that's okay. Because honestly, if you just keep them in the dragon horn, you're good. And then the mixture and the fire lily mixture and the frost lily mixture, you do need your two same types of dragons. I can't breed these ones together because they're not at the same stage of development. I believe they need to be at stage 4 before you can actually start breeding them. And I'll show that to you guys just in another random clip in another video. But just so you have the same idea, all you would do is bring out your two, oh, that's my little one, your two big ones. You would use the frostily mixture on them just like you would be putting wheat to like a normal passive mob. And then the same goes for the other one, and then they'll have their egg. And then that's how you could just easily farm your different dragon types. And you get pretty cool mixtures. I mean, they have different colors, so if you want to see dragon egg, these are the fire ones, I believe, and these are the frost ones. So the fire ones, you can have red, emerald, bronze, gray, blue, white, sapphire, and silver are for the ice ones, and these four are for the fire ones. And then with all that, all the stuff you could do with like the dragon scales and all that is just really meant for the armor and the swords and all that. Different scales get you different colors and everything else like that with the swords. Dragon bone, pretty simple stuff. Fire dragon blood, you just empty bottle, right click the dragon. Ice, same thing. And that's how you kind of get all of the dragon tools and all that. They're not too complex. They're pretty easy once you kind of get a hang of it. I do definitely recommend having a high enough level skill, because you need to be level 24 defense and attack to actually use any of the dragon armor and swords and weapons and whatnot. So I definitely recommend being over prepared before you start fighting dragons. Have a pretty good mount. I've gotten a couple of them now where just randomly, you know, that I can have that just fly around. So they're not too quick. There's definitely better ones out there, but just have something that you can ride around on, fly with, and just use a bow to kill your dragons, honestly. I included a clip in there where I'm fighting a second dragon. We actually found another one right after we killed the first one. And that one I just did solely with the bow, and they were down there attacking it. So you have a couple options as to how you go about killing them. But you'll figure out what works best for you guys. But hopefully you guys got a good little sense of what you can do with everything. And I think that should cover pretty much everything with the dragon breeding and taming process. Okay guys, so the last thing I did want to cover is the fire dragon eggs. So I know we did a lot of the frost eggs, I suppose. They're like the ice dragons. But what you need to do for the fire ones, because the pools are for the ice, the fire dragons just literally need to be in a fire. So if you have another rack, fire it up, and then you put the egg in there, it'll start to begin its hatching process. And again, it usually takes about 5-ish minutes or so. But that's about it for the hatching process. They're pretty easy once you get them. Just make sure that you don't really need a saddle to tame them, but again, just having the horn on you, that'll tame it into the horn, and then just having an anvil close by to actually name them, you're pretty set at that point. But hopefully, I kind of covered everything. I'll be cutting to the ending now. Thanks, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this whole video. If you did, let me know in the comments just like usual. It's a whole tutorial. I know it's a little bit longer and different than my typical stuff, but next time we're going to get into some more enchanting and some different kinds of other aspects that not a lot of people know about, but that'll be in the next video. And then let me know what you all think again, and there we go. Just got my dragon. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.